Hello, I'm Mr. Delicious, the new spokesman for Rack's Restaurant.
Kids, we know that going to Sandy's is a lot of fun.
When he says we're going to Gino's, we go to Gino's.
In the 1970s, the restaurant industry was booming, but some eateries stood out for all the wrong reasons. Let's talk about the restaurants from that era, the culinary missteps, and the ill-fated establishments. Each has a unique story of success, failure, and everything in between. These restaurants failed to stand the test of time, so they're best left in the past. Join us as we look at the 20 worst restaurants from the 1970s nobody wants back. Number 1. The Gobbler Supper Club in Wisconsin. The Gobbler Supper Club was a motel and club-like restaurant that opened its doors in 1967 in Wisconsin. It was developed by Clarence and Germaine Hartwig, who hired a renowned architect to design this unique restaurant. This eatery was known for its quirky turkey-shaped architecture. Its menu was a mix of classic American food with a twist. It also featured their renowned Gobbler turkey steak, which made the restaurant famous. Although it was popular, it faced many financial issues and changes in ownership. In 1974, the restaurant violated the rights of 2 female employees by doing sex discrimination in the matter of uniforms. The restaurant was also ridiculed for its exaggerated Thanksgiving theme, but mediocre food. In 1992, the Gobbler Supper Club closed its doors. Several other food chains, such as the Redondos and the Roundstone Restaurant, then used the place. In 2008, the area's tourism program held the Gobbler Gala, where various items from the restaurant were auctioned off. Dan Meneses reopened the restaurant in 2015 as a theater, keeping the original decor, chairs, and iconic rotating bar. Have you ever seen a funk-themed restaurant from a beloved children's book? Sambos was one such restaurant, but had to shut down for some reasons we're about to tell you. Number 2. Sambos. Sambos was a big restaurant chain that was started in 1957 by 2 men named Sam Battistone Sr. and Noel Bonnet. Some people didn't like the name because it sounded like a story character, which made them uncomfortable. The name was also considered racist towards Black Americans. Because of some protests and lawsuits, 12 of the restaurants were opened or renamed as the Jolly Tiger. In 1979, the company intended to change the name back to Sambos. The company said that black people did not object to the name, and 3 times as many blacks ate at Sambos as at any other restaurant. The restaurant filed for bankruptcy in 1981 and closed down in many locations, with only the first restaurant still open. Other franchises purchased some restaurants, while others were shut down immediately. Sambos went from a successful chain to just a memory. The first restaurant continued under the name Sambos until 2020, when it was changed to Chad's. Even though Sambos ending is tough, it reminds us about the balance between being creative, respecting people's feelings, and staying relevant in business. The next worst restaurant on our list is the Beefsteak Charlie's, which was popular in the 70s for its ambiance and delicious sandwiches, but couldn't capture people's hearts. Number 3. Beefsteak Charlie's. Beefsteak Charlie's was a restaurant chain founded in 1910 by Charlie Bouvard. Howard Williams, an editor at the New York Morning Telegraph, named it. The restaurant was filled with horse racing photographs and was mostly visited by sports lovers. Unfortunately, many pictures were destroyed in 1933 because of a fire at the restaurant. The house specialty was the steak sandwich, and one of the best things at Beefsteak Charlie's was the all-you-can-eat salad bar. They had lots of fresh salads, vegetables, and dressings for people. Another favorite was the unlimited shrimp, prepared in different ways like frying, grilling, or cocktail style. Despite its all-you-can-eat deals, people complained about the low quality of the food and service. As time passed, Beefsteak Charlie started having problems in the 1980s. People's tastes changed, and there were more competing restaurants. Beefsteak Charlie's tried to change by adding new things to the menu and having special offers, but it didn't work out. In 1984, the restaurant had 60 locations. It changed its name to Lifestyle Restaurant Incorporated. The chain was acquired by Bombay Palace in 1987. At that time, there were 40 restaurants, and they had lost over $20 million since 1984. Beefsteak Charlie's had to declare bankruptcy. The chain advertised its 2 remaining restaurants in Manhattan in 1992. The last restaurant opened in 2009, but it closed shortly after. Burger Chef goes all out to please your family was a popular slogan used by Burger Chef. Well, let's see why we don't want it back. Number 4. Burger Chef. It was founded in 1954 by Frank P. Thomas and Donald J. Thomas. It became prominent in the industry, closely following McDonald's. People love Burger Chef for its delicious menu items and welcoming atmosphere, which made families feel right at home. However, people disliked the limited burger menu compared to other varied options. In 1972, the chain introduced its popular Fun Burgers, and then McDonald's introduced Happy Meals in 1979, for which Burger Chef sued them, but they lost. Popular chains like McDonald's and Burger King gave this restaurant a tough time. The chain tried to keep up by rolling out new menu items and promotions, but these efforts could not reverse its declining sales. In 1982, Hardee's, another growing fast food chain, bought the restaurant, and most of the Burger Chef locations were converted into Hardee's restaurants. This marked the end of an era for Burger Chef. Howard Johnson's distinct orange roofs and welcoming atmosphere made it stand out even more, along with its extensive variety of ice creams. But what led to its eventual demise? Number 5. Howard Johnson's. Howard Johnson's, founded in 1925 by Howard Deering Johnson, was famous for its 28 flavors of ice cream. Customers couldn't resist enjoying these delicious frozen delights. The restaurant also served classic American dishes like crispy fried clam strips, hearty chicken pot pie, and comforting grilled cheese sandwiches. In the 1970s, Howard Johnson faced challenges from increased competition from fast food chains. Adapting to these changes was difficult for the restaurant, which was sold to the Marriott Corporation in 1980 in the hopes of betterment. Marriott tried to modernize its restaurants and motels, but couldn't achieve the desired success. The chain struggled financially, and quality declined, leading to the closure or sale of many locations. Number 6. Shakies Pizza Parlor. Shakies Pizza Parlor was founded in 1954 by Sherwood Shaky Johnson and Ed Plummer. It was a popular pizza chain known for its atmosphere and delicious pizza. Shaky's most popular menu item was its Bunch of Lunch buffet, which offered a variety of pizza, fried chicken, and sides. The restaurant's signature pizza was known for its thin crust and generous toppings. However, people widely criticized Shaky Pizza for being bland and greasy. In 1968, the chain expanded to 342 locations. In 1974, Shakies was sold to Hunt International Resources, which had about 500 stores in the U.S. In 2003, it transitioned to a family-oriented restaurant. In 2020, all the branches were abruptly closed because of COVID-19. The branches were reopened in 2021 when the restrictions were eased down. Number 7. Bonanza Steakhouse. Bonanza Steakhouse was founded in 1963 by Dan Blocker, best known for his role as Hoss Cartwright on the TV show Bonanza. It was a popular steakhouse chain offering affordable steaks and a buffet-style dining experience. The restaurant quickly became popular due to its affordable prices and hearty meals. One of Bonanza Steakhouse's most popular menu items was its all-you-can-eat buffet, which featured a variety of dishes including salads, soups, sides, and steaks. With hundreds of locations in the United States, it became one of the largest steakhouse chains in the country. People started disliking the food chain, though, because of its tough steaks and less variety. The Wiley brothers purchased the company in 1966. In 1989, the chain was combined with Ponderosa Steakhouse. Metro Media, Bonanza's parent company, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and over 300 branches were closed. In 2017, the company was sold again, and now only 5 locations remain open. Number 8. Wimpys. Wimpys was a fast food chain founded in 1934 by Edward Gold and was named after the character J. Wellington Wimpy from the comic strip Popeye. Known for its burgers and sandwiches, Wimpys gained popularity for its affordable menu and casual dining atmosphere. The menu at Wimpys featured a variety of burgers, including the signature Wimpy Burger, which became a favorite among customers. Other popular items included sandwiches, fries, and milkshakes. Irrespective of its wide menu, the restaurant couldn't manage quality. Although Wimpys was the public's favorite, it struggled to beat the growing competition from other fast food chains. In 1987, the company was sold to United Biscuits and Pleasure Foods. In 1989, Grand Metropolitan began to phase out Wimpys, and many restaurants were changed to Burger King. Ponderosa Steakhouse was known for its juicy steaks, buffets, and infamous meat cuts. Let's see why it closed down. Number 9. Ponderosa Steakhouse. Dan Lassiter and Norman Brinker founded it in 1965 in Kokomo, Indiana. They aimed to provide high-quality steaks at reasonable prices. Ponderosa Steakhouse quickly gained popularity for its diverse menu, which included a variety of steaks, seafood, chicken, and salad options. Its buffet offered a wide selection of dishes to cater to different tastes. The restaurant's popularity grew as it expanded its operations across the U.S. Later, however, it was disliked because of the smaller food portions and the poor quality, which led to its decline. In 1987, after the scale down of most Ponderosa restaurants, it was sold to Metro Media Restaurant Group. It was merged with the rival restaurant Bonanza in 1997. The company was bankrupted in 2008, but it later emerged. However, the food chain was sold to the Fat brand in 2017, and today, only 16 locations remain open. Who doesn't recall the roasted beef sandwiches of Rack's Roast Beef? Number 10. Rack's Roast Beef. Rack's Roast Beef was founded in 1967 in Springfield, Ohio by Jack Roshman. The restaurant was originally called Jack's Roast Beef. Its signature sandwich, the BBC, beef, bacon, and cheddar, and salad bar were ahead of their time. Rack's was known for its affordable menu and family-friendly atmosphere. The chain's roast beef sandwiches, served with curly fries and a milkshake, became a favorite among customers looking for a quick meal. Throughout its history, Rack's Roast Beef experienced significant expansion, bankruptcy filings, ownership changes, and a decline in the number of locations, with only a few franchisee-owned restaurants remaining operational. By 1972, most Rack's restaurants were closed, with only 10 remaining restaurants. In August of 1992, Rack's filed for bankruptcy due to declining sales and unsuccessful marketing efforts. The company merged with Franchise Enterprises Incorporated in 1994, but filed for bankruptcy again in 1996. It faced many changes in ownership afterward until many restaurants kept closing down. In 2024, only 6 locations remain open. Number 11. Horn and Hardart. Horn and Hardart, often referred to as Horn and Hardart Automat, was a fast food chain that changed the restaurant industry with its self-service concept. It was founded in Philadelphia in 1888 by Joseph Horn and Frank Hardart. The chain originally started as a small lunch place serving only sandwiches and a few other items. It was most famous for Automat, a cafeteria-style restaurant where customers purchased food from vending machines. The Automats were known for their high-quality food, cleanliness, and efficiency. In 1924, they opened retail stores to sell prepackaged Automat favorites. There were 157 restaurants in 1941, mainly in New York, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. The company later split into 2 independent corporations. The company also renamed itself to Hanover Direct in 1993. In 2015, the company's assets were bought as Horn and Hardart Coffee with the Automat Club service. Throughout its history, Horn and Hardart revolutionized the food service industry with its Automat concept, but faced challenges in maintaining its image because of its outdated business model and declining food quality. Geno's was one of the first fast food chains to offer a drive-thru service, but despite its innovation, it eventually closed. Let's figure out why. Number 12. Geno's Hamburgers. Geno's Hamburgers was founded in 1957 in Baltimore by Gino Marchetti, Alan Amici, Joe Campanella, and Louis Fisher. It was known for its hamburgers, fried chicken, and milkshakes. The chain also focused on providing high-quality food and customer service. It also became well known for its marketing efforts, including television commercials featuring Gino Marchetti and Alan Amici. These ads helped to establish Geno's as a recognizable and trusted brand in the region. In 1982, Marriott Corporation bought Geno's Hamburgers, which discontinued the brand and converted locations to Roy Rogers restaurants. The last independently owned Geno's closed in Pasadena, Maryland in 1986. the restaurant declined because of its inconsistent food quality. In 2010, a new group of restaurants under Gino's name, involving some of the principals of the original chain, was started. The restaurants continued to expand at various areas from 2010 to 2016, but several closed shortly after. Kenny Rogers Roasters was the first restaurant chain to offer low-fat and low-calorie options. Let's dive into the details. Number 13. Kenny Rogers Roasters. Kenny Rogers Roasters was a chicken-based restaurant founded in 1991 by country music superstar Kenny Rogers and former KFC CEO John Y. Brown Jr. The chain was known for its wood-fired rotisserie chicken, side dishes, and desserts. While Kenny Rogers was great at music, the same couldn't be said for his restaurant. It was famous for its flavorful chicken, which was marinated with a secret blend of spices and slow roasted to perfection. The chain also offered a range of side dishes, including cornbread, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, and desserts like apple pie and cheesecake. One of the key features of Kenny Rogers Roasters was its commitment to healthy, wholesome food. The chain promoted its rotisserie chicken as a healthier alternative to fried chicken. In 1998, the company filed for bankruptcy and was eventually acquired by Nathan's Famous Incorporated in 1999 for $1.25 million. By 2000, only 40 restaurants were functioning and 90 franchises had closed down. Steak and Ale offered the coziest pub-like setting with its signature dish, the London broil steak. So when did things go all wrong? Number 14. Steak and Ale. Steak and Ale was a casual dining restaurant founded in Dallas, Texas in 1966 by Norman Brinker. It quickly became popular. Their popular menu items included herb-roasted prime rib, Kensington Club, New York strip, filet mignon, Hawaiian chicken, and spicy grilled chicken pasta. It also offered a lunch menu with many items priced at $6.99. The restaurant couldn't maintain food quality and eventually faced multiple changes in ownership. Metro Media also purchased it and merged with Bonanza and Ponderosa in 1993. In 2008, the parent company of Steak and Ale filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy and closed all of its 58 remaining locations. CEO Paul Mangiamelli and his wife Gwen planned the opening of the first new Steak and Ale location in Cancun, Mexico. In 2023, they announced their first opening in Burnsville, Minnesota. Number 15. Brewsters Chicken. Brewsters Chicken was a fast food chain founded in 1992. Its focus on chicken-based dishes captured the taste buds of many, and the chain aimed to deliver delicious fried chicken and various other menu options. Brewster Chicken's menu featured a selection of chicken items, including fried chicken, chicken tenders, and sandwiches, accompanied by classic sides such as French fries and coleslaw. The chain had locations in Orlando, Florida, and Norfolk, Virginia, but these locations are now closed. It was a popular choice for those looking for quality chicken dishes in a quick-serve setting, but the chain couldn't maintain the taste over the years. Brewster Chicken faced challenges in a competitive market and failed to provide the same quality and taste in all its outlets, leading to its eventual closure. Brewster's Chicken was popular, and there are still some locations in operation, but other restaurants with similar names and themes also serve chicken dishes with a consistent flavor and quality. Who else remembers the food experience that felt like being on the wheels? Victoria Station was a train-themed restaurant and was known for it. Number 16. Victoria Station. Founded in 1969 in San Francisco, California, Victoria Station quickly became a favorite dining destination for many Americans. The restaurants were designed to resemble old train stations with antique decor and train cars converted into dining areas. This unique atmosphere and delicious food made Victoria Station popular for families and special occasions. One of Victoria Station's signature dishes was the Sizzler, a hot platter of steak or seafood served on a sizzling iron skillet. The chain was also known for its salad bar, which featured various fresh ingredients and dressings. The restaurant was widely criticized for being overpriced. By 1978, there were over 97 restaurants. However, in the mid-1980s, the chain experienced financial issues and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1986. In 1987, a comeback was planned, and Victoria Station Acquisition Corporation purchased the Victoria Station trademark and 11 restaurants for $6.5 million. However, by 2017, the last standing Victoria Station was also closed. What did this next Irish-themed restaurant lack? Number 17, Bennigan's. Founded in 1976 in Georgia by Norman E. Brinker, known for founding the steak and ale chain, he established Bennigan's as one of America's original casual dining concepts. Bennigan's offered a menu featuring American and Irish dishes with popular items including the Monte Cristo sandwich and the Guinness glazed burger. Initially part of the Pillsbury Corporation, Bennigan's grew rapidly across the United States and eventually expanded into 14 countries. It was eventually bought by Grand Metropolitan in 1989. Bennigan's continued to expand and thrive, but restaurant quality began to decline, and in 2008, the parent company filed for bankruptcy, resulting in the closure of all 150 corporate-owned locations in the U.S. Many franchisee-owned locations also closed in the following years. In 2010, Bennigan's underwent a restructuring and rebranding effort. Today, Bennigan's operates both domestically and internationally, with locations in several countries. Now, we'll share a story of a restaurant that failed to please customers with its fish and chips. Number 18. Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. Arthur Treacher's was founded in 1969 by the National Fast Food Corporation. The chain specialized in fried seafood and chicken served with chips. It was named after English character actor Arthur Treacher, known for his roles as a butler in various films and TV shows. Although Treacher was not directly involved in the restaurant's ownership, he served as its spokesman, emphasizing the British character of its food. Arthur Treacher experienced significant success, expanding rapidly across the United States and into international markets. However, the restaurant faced 3 changes in ownership, and the chain couldn't maintain control over the quality. In 1982, its last owner, Mrs. Paul, filed for bankruptcy and closed many of its locations. The company started expanding again in 1958 under different ownership. As of March of 2023, only 3 locations remained, with 2 in Ohio and 1 in New York. Lums was an American family restaurant chain known for its unique concept and menu offerings, but it still failed to resonate with customers. Find out why. Number 19. Lums. Founded in 1956 in Miami Beach by Stuart and Clifford S. Perlman, Lums started as a hot dog stand that the Perlman brothers purchased for $10,000. By 1961, they had opened 3 additional Lums restaurants. One of Lums' signature items was hot dogs steamed in beer, which became a popular menu item. Lums stood out for its approach to franchising. Operators owned their stores and were not required to buy supplies exclusively from the corporation, allowing for more flexibility in operations. Despite being an efficient strategy, it couldn't resonate with people. In 1969, Lums Incorporated was admitted to the New York Stock Exchange, highlighting its success and growth. The operations were sold to John Y. Brown in 1971. Then Lums faced various changes in ownership. It was eventually sold to Wienerwald Holdings in 1978, and it filed for bankruptcy in 1982. All original Lums locations were closed in 1983. By 1998, only 1 Lums was still open at Miami Beach. And number 20, Sandy's Hamburgers. Sandy's Hamburgers was founded in 1956 by Gus Brick Lundberg, Robert C. Winger, Paul White, and W.K. Davidson from Illinois. The founders initially sought to open McDonald's franchises in central Illinois. However, due to territorial restrictions and changes to the franchise terms, they decided to create their restaurant chain, Sandy's. Sandy's menu featured items similar to McDonald's. Sandy's allowed operators to own their stores and source supplies from various suppliers as long as they met company standards. In 1965, it faced legal challenges from McDonald's founder Ray Kroc. It expanded from 7 stores in Illinois in 1959 to 121 stores in 5 states by 1966. The chain's success caught the attention of Jack Lowry, who joined Sandy's in 1961 and became president in 1967. People considered the burgers mediocre, and the restaurant couldn't compete with larger rivals like McDonald's. Sandy's was merged with Hardee's in 1971. The merger resulted in most of Sandy's locations converting to Hardee's, with the last Sandy's location becoming Hardee's in 1979.